Hi, girl.
How you holding up? Oh, my lighting's weird. Oh, ooh, ooh.
As you can tell from my personal styling, there's a lot of things going on and none of them are good.
I really like this denim like look with the headband. It's so 90s. And the 90s are back.
I mean, were the 90s ever really out, let's be honest. I feel like I'm running a secondhand store in Kids in the Hall, and it's like either that or a tropical trends. I really feel like this is giving you, do you want any like silver rings in the shape of a sand dollar?
What dolphin?
A dolphin,
You have any
truly, truly a
dolphin jewelry?
dolphin.
Can we just get something in the chat for Kids in the Hall and how much all gay and queer and trans kids just loved watching it because 90% of it, everyone was in drag?
Yeah. Oh, and Buddy Cole. Oh my God. Scott Thompson, Once and Forever. Buddy
Oh,
Cole, like, I literally studied. I literally studied line by line the Buddy Cole monologues because they're so funny. And
oh my
also,
God.
being gay in like velvet house slippers with a martini in one hand and a cigarette in the other and a smoking jacket, it's a dead art.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also like an art you represented.
And also,
Stand out like more about you.
yeah.
I would watch it after school before anyone was home because I was like embarrassed. Like I thought I was watching something bad
Well, kind
because I
of.
was,
It's not exactly for
yeah,
kids.
I know. But yeah, but like also Jerry Springer was on and I chose Kids in the Hall.
You chose correctly. You were getting what? Queer education. You
Mm,
were educating yourself.
hilarious.
Hmm.
Girl, it has been a heck of a day. And you are wrapping up with a cocktail. I'm wrapping up with a French red, Joseph.
Can we talk? Joseph. Joseph entered the chat. Can we talk about it? Because we got some rather unsettling news in Ohio.
We surely did.
And I'm really, it's like, I'm upset about it, but I feel like these days it's so normalized and there's like so many things that I even feel like, what's the point of being upset about it? But you know what? We're allowed, dear viewers, we're allowed to be upset about it in this moment.
Fuck yeah, absolutely. Well, well, why don't you tell the viewers what you're talking about, and then I'll.
I mean, just to get it over with, there was a ban that passed the House. Well, it was vetoed by the governor. Then it was overturned by the Assembly. Then there was a temporary injunction based on a case from the ACLU, and a judge just ruled that it is in fact constitutional and legal that we ban gender affirming care and school sports for trans youth, and that's effective immediately. So it goes in effect now.
Oh my God.
And so like they're going to appeal it and we might get another, like I forget what the term is, but there's another.
Injunction.
Yes, we might appeal it that we get another injunction, but like it's already in place now. And also
Yeah.
like the Ohio Supreme Court is not going to rule any differently.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what do we do? Where does that leave us?
Well, this week, a court in Florida found that the gender affirming care for adults ban was illegal and overturned it. And I am not here to rub salt in your wounds, but there are so few times I can say that Florida's killing it and Ohio is not. And I just want to say, ha, finally,
Who would have thought? Who would have
we
thought?
don't have
Because
an alligator driving a golf cart or whatever else you think we do down here, Florida men and women and people.
oh my god,
Nah.
there is this really like, I don't know why it's so compelling to me, but there's this Instagram channel of this country club called Martin Downs, and the woman who runs the Instagram channel, her name is Margot, and she's like very unhinged but very stylish. She's basically like
Mhm.
a Disney villain. Like the gays find her so iconic and compelling, but you can't explain why. And I just feel like every time I think of Florida, I think of Margot. She's like, "Hi everyone. It's time for Tuesday. Let's twirl together." I just love her so much and I really couldn't tell you why.
That's amazing. And you just follow her ironically, and she thinks it's not ironically.
So here's the gag, Brooke. I started following her ironically, and now I follow her in earnest. I can't wait to see what the next outfit is gonna be.
Jesus, that's terrifying.
It is.
Well,
But anyway, to wrap it around to politics, for so long my unofficial motto for Ohio was, well, at least we're not Florida, and I
I
can't use
know.
that anymore.
And now it's Florida. At least we're not Ohio.
God damn it. It's like, you know, the memes, like the Gen Z memes are always like, oh my gosh, Ohio, it's like the worst place ever, right? And it's like, no, we're not. Like, I so desperately want it to not be true, and here we are.
And that's hip hop.
You know what? If I'm in it, though, can Ohio really be that bad?
Girl, you were a bright, shining light in that tragic state. It is, no, but here's the thing is like, I think one of the things that I was talking with one of our queer friends, comedian Angie Healy. If you ever see her, absolutely go see her comedy. She's hilarious. Her name on Instagram is Hot Bitter Biscuits. So definitely check her out and check out all of her amazing shows in the Midwest. But we were talking about the work of staying in your state, even from a art perspective, right? Like some of the best comedy scenes, burlesque scenes, art scenes are in these Midwest states, right? And it's Detroit and it's Chicago and it's Columbus and it's Indy. And, it's just fascinating because it's just like, oh my God, like this is where everybody is. And this is where everybody comes from. Like in comedy, everybody comes from the fucking Midwest. Everyone comes from flyover states. And then they get a P.O. box in LA or New York and they try to make it. But where they honed their craft was the Midwest, was, fucking Moose Lodges in Liberty, Ohio, Funny Bones in Kansas City. And like, this is where we do it. Like, in the South, in the Midwest, in these flyover areas that nobody really thinks about and nobody really cares about. And I think it's so interesting because people always forget. I'm actually having conversations with people all the time about like where trans folks live. And I'm like, guess where like trans folks live? They live fucking everywhere. They live everywhere. They live in rural areas, urban areas. They live in every single area you're imagining. And
that's right.
It's just like it's so frustrating to me when I have to, and I get it, and it can be helpful for people to kind of like dispel that. But I was like, look, what a fucking privilege that you think we all just come out of the closet as gay, queer, or trans and just get to move to a coast. Like, and by the way, even if we can, maybe we don't want to. Like
no.
the work I do with like queer folks, I'm not a tirade. I'm sorry, but the work I do, like, okay, I gotta tell you this. So I'm meeting someone Thursday who's moving down here, and she is she's part of the community, and she is moving down here with her partner, and we're meeting Thursday, and she's like, I'm really nervous about living in Florida. I'm from the Northeast and blah blah blah. And I was like, we're meeting in the neighborhood.
And you're like, at least it's not Ohio.
Exactly. And we're meeting at like a lesbian owned bar in the neighborhood. And I'm like, let's fucking do this. And you know what I mean? But I'm so excited because I'm like, look, we're here. And we work here, we live here, we love here, like we grow here. And you need to know that. And it's just like we're not just here because we can't go to New York or LA. We choose it. Yeah. And I think that's really important.
Yeah. Well, you got to make home. You got to make home wherever you are, and you're right because like a lot of art comes from the Midwest, and I think like good art is like a lot of the time it's born out of adversity. And like, Mama, if you want to see adversity, come over to my camera. You know what I'm saying?
Come on out of my kitchen, yo.
Oh. It reminds me of Tu Wong Fu, like the princess rules, or like the rules of being a drag queen. It's like rule number 1: ignore adversity. I love it.
I do love the rules.
Noxema Jackson, spitting truths.
We have not done a Tu Wong Fu watch in a while.
No, we really haven't. You know where we should do it? We should do it on a girls' trip at a hotel.
Oh my God, wait a minute. We started at 7:07. It's 7:16. 9 minutes in, we got to the topic. Nailed it.
And Nailed it. We're clocking in officially. I had to find some way of like segueing us back to the theme, and it wasn't the most graceful, but here we are. Hotels, girl. Let's start with the good. I want to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's start with the good, okay? What is a fantastic hotel experience that you've had, and why? The more detail, the better.
Why do I have to go first? I just went on my soapbox. You go first. Best hotel experience you've ever had.
Okay, so the best hotel experience I ever had was in Munich. And it was, we don't need to call them out by name, but it was the Bayer Post Sofitel in Munich. So we are. And it was so good because first of all, the details in Germany, and I'm not a European expert, but it's the details, okay? they had they had one of those little coffee makers that in the US, when you have a coffee maker, it's like a plastic basket that you pull out. You rip open a pouch, you stick the little paper pouch in there, you fill up the back of the tank with like the bathroom sink water. You know what I mean? It's just it'll get the job done, but it doesn't make you feel good about it. Like you just want to go out and find a coffee shop, right? They had the fanciest Keurig I've ever seen in this hotel room. You could make coffee or espresso, and they had like the hotel chain branded saucers and cups.
Oh, nice.
Of the coffee size and the demi-tasse espresso size. The light, the light that was hanging over this armchair that you're never gonna sit in. It was like basically one of those what's that famous chair from the 50s? Like it was a designer chair, and then the light looked like the lampshade was made out of like a puffer coat. So it was like somehow doing fashion and interior design at the same time.
I love that.
It was incredible. And
you
then,
know, I think it's oh go ahead.
And then this was the real kicker. I went down to the spa, and I've never like me girl, I just feel like a trash goblin when I go to a spa. Like I don't know how to handle it. So I went down to the spa. I'm looking around. I'm like peeking up under flower pots because I don't know what to do. And this woman approaches me from behind the front desk and is like, "Oh, ma'am, are you here to use the spa?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's my first time. How can I just like look around and see what the facilities are?" And she was like, "Oh, just go up to your room, put on your robe, bring your room key, and come back down." And I was like, and which makes sense, by the way. Like they didn't know if I was somebody off the street or like if I was a guest. You know what I mean? So like I feel like the bathrobe and the slippers is like to show them that you're actually a guest.
Yeah.
But it was such a seamless experience. And then I walked into a pool that was just like 2 walls covered in like mirrored tile with these steps descending into like this irregularly shaped pool. If you looked through these like tinted windows, you could see the front desk checkout counter. And there was like a waterfall. There was like a circular room with jets. It was so whimsical. And I was like, where am I right now? I'm pretty sure people were cruising in the pool.
Well, obviously.
Obviously they were. And you know what's funny about being a trans woman in that situation? Is that I'm not even interested in the cruising. I'm not looking for sex, right? But I'm gay, so I want to be involved. And you know what?
So, was it gender?
No, it was co-ed.
Okay.
But I'm walking around, and there's like some Japanese businessman that's probably looking for some D in the hot tub. And I'm like, you know what nobody wants in a cruising situation? A wing woman. So I'm just like, I'm like bird watching with my binoculars, being real creepy, and I'm just kind of like, oh my god, I think gay shenanigans are happening. It's like I felt so not cool in that situation.
Oh my god, girl, I love that. Yeah, I think that's a really good example. See, that's not what makes a good hotel for me though.
So you don't want the whimsy, you don't want the excitement, the experience. What are you looking for?
Right. I want the service.
Oh, tell me about what makes good service for you. What's going above and beyond? What makes you feel special?
I find service one of those things, and for me, it's just so specific. So one of the hotels that I absolutely love, they greet you, by saying welcome home. But they mean it. And they know you.
But they mean it.
They fucking mean
welcome home.
Exactly. And I've checked into this hotel before, and there's been handwritten notes welcoming us back. And I mean, it wouldn't be a surprise to you that it is Round Hill in Montego Bay, Jamaica.
Well, I knew that you were probably going to talk about it, so I didn't want to use that as my example, but please go on.
But it's the level of service for me. It wasn't something actually I experienced, but our friends experienced it at our wedding. They were staying in like the main area, and we weren't up in the mountains, so we didn't know this. But an hour and a half before our wedding, these two sweaty gay men, stay with me, glistening from the sun in their bathing suits, slicked from body oil and suntan lotion, slippy slide into their room, and they are sweaty ass men, and it is 100 degrees, if you remember. Not that you could forget the day of the wedding. And they walk in and their air conditioning is out. And they have like an hour to get ready for this wedding.
I remember it well because we got the call. We were me and my travel mate were staying 2 doors down, which I think is a song by Dolly Parton. And let me tell you, the only thing you can do is go down to the room and sort of like just like hold their hand and stroke it while they get ready with no air conditioning. Like there's nothing you can do, right?
Right. So they call the front desk, and the front desk is mortified. They're mortified.
Yeah.
They move all of their things within minutes to another room.
Amazing.
Not just move their things, identical. There was this was here, like the toothbrush was cocked, it's cocked. The bags are askew, they're askew. I mean, every fucking thing. They got ready, no problem. After the wedding, their shit was back in the original room.
And the air conditioning was fixed.
Everything the same.
Yep.
Everything the same. And I think they gave them a bottle of champagne.
Amazing.
They check out.
Mm-hmm.
That night was comped.
Wow. Wow.
Because of the inconvenience.
Yeah.
And
girl, let me just tell you, because I'm so glad you brought up that particular location, because it has ruined me for all subsequent experiences. Because now it was a little bit of a rocky start because I got there and I was a trans woman staying with a cis gay man, and at the front desk we were informed that we were married and together while we were there. And reading between the lines, we were like, yes ma'am, that's right. Like,
honestly, he should have paid for everything you did.
Yeah, right. No, it was like,
oh
listen,
honey, you know what I like.
It was like
from Emperor's New Groove.
It was like, I don't know what kind of genders you think you've invented outside of the grounds of this resort, but here,
this house,
you are going to be in a God-fearing marriage.
And you're like, get out that Amex, baby. Mama's going to brunch.
Yeah, I was like, you heard the woman.
Yes. I'm gonna go shopping.
Mm.
So I think service, but that kind of service where it's like, hey, we're not gonna tell you we're gonna comp the room until you leave. Because it's not really about that.
Yeah.
We know the experience is the experience. We just wanted to do that. And I think it's those kind of things. And I have examples of that. But one of the things is when I travel and I'm staying at places where I'm known, like for work, like they'll go above and beyond, right? So they know me now and they'll do stuff, right? Because they know me. And I'm like, it's so much more fun when you're kind of like a secret shopper and then they still do amazing things. So
yeah,
I've had like really amazing, experiences, but I think that story is the best of the best. You have some horror stories.
Yeah. Well, let me just say really quick about being, like, I've been a regular at, like, cute little breakfast spots, but I've never been a regular at hotels because that's just not the life I live. So, girl, I can't pull clout like that. I just have to rely on my natural charms.
You know what I get so weird? So, like, my partner and I will travel and we'll be, like, at a hotel that knows me. And, like, they're like, we should do, like, the extra things they offer. And I'm like, oh, like, you know what I mean? I'm so, like, weird and protective of the relationship. But then I, like, travel with my partner who is unconventionally stunning.
I
and
can
like,
attest to that, yeah.
Oh my God. She hates it. She hates it so much. But, like, I'll be, like, and they stop me and then they're more interested in her anyways. So it works out. I'm like, great.
Listen, let's be honest. When we're out with your partner, like, we might as well not be there. Like, it's really challenging.
The combination of like racism and misogyny that comes out when they're out is so funny. But like one of the things that is really amusing actually is all of the things people think she is because they've like projected. So she's gotten poet, jazz musician, track star, crazy things. And you have to find humor in it. And like I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm like, you should do a poem. She's like, I'm gonna perform a poem right now. Fuck you, and walk away. But I just find it so fascinating.
Well, it's kind of upsetting because it reminds me of the archetypes that Barbie is allowed to be as like female excellence, and so like in their minds, like your partner is living out the archetypes in their head of black excellence.
100%.
But they
100%.
but they reveal they like show how limited their perspective on black success is.
Yes.
Where it's like you
Yeah.
must be one of these things, right?
Right. Right. Because you're here in the space with me.
Right.
And that doesn't
Right.
make
Right.
sense.
Oh my God.
Right. Right. I just keep telling everyone she's a professional golfer. Kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I gotta do it.
Oh my God.
Uh,
And I keep
So-
telling everyone that I'm Laverne Cox in the Orange is the New in Orange is the New Black.
You know, it's so weird because it just I'm always mistaking you for Laverne Cox.
Yeah,
just
you know,
constantly.
right?
What is she up to?
I actually don't know. We should figure that out offline and then bring it to the next dish because I feel bad, but like I actually don't know what she's up to.
I think she was trying to be like an E-news correspondent on the red carpet for a while. I think that was kind of what she was aiming for.
Mm.
They had like a red carpet personality.
Yeah, who was that? There was this white trans woman that played Nomi in Sense8, and then she was like Pinhead in Hellraiser.
Yes.
She's doing good, but I don't know what Laverne is up to. No idea. You know who else? I don't know what Janet Mock is up to either.
Probably doing speaking engagements for a lot of fucking money.
I sure hope so.
She should. Yeah.
Anyway, hotel horror stories. So I do have quite a few. My favorite, I know I've told this on the dish before, but it was in Ypsilanti, Michigan when I went to a Super Inn.
Oh, I love this story.
And we just did a show at the Bonacera, RIP. Love that place. And I was staying with a couple Cleveland natives, and the producer put us up overnight for free, which, by the way, I'll stay in anything. If you put me up for
why not?
free, and she paid for my gas. So that's like the gold standard as far as I'm concerned.
Cute.
I know, paid for our gas and put us up for free. American hero. So we show up at the Super 8, we check in with the night clerk at the desk, and it's like 3 a.m. And at that point, you get what you get, right? It's like a Norman Bates Psycho situation. I'm just like, you know what? And we're trans and queer, so I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like sleep with my self-defense weapon. You know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna expect Norman Bates to come in at 4:15 and then like have my self-defense moves ready to go, right? Like you just build
Absolutely.
you just build it into the plan. But anyway, the night clerk's tired. We're tired. Everyone's tired. So they like hand us the key. We go outside. The outdoor, this is like the outdoor staircase to the second floor. All the doors are exterior. We get to our room. The door is open. Wide open. It's February. There's snow. There's like snow on the inside of the door, like on the carpet. And it's like... So now we're wondering, what do we do, right? Do we go back down to the desk? We're too tired.
Right.
There's no going back down to the desk. We're like... Our fear is barely making it past our like animal need to sleep.
Right.
So then we reach forward, we touch the door to the hotel room, and it's warm. So you know what that tells me is that someone was just there. Like the door was just left open. It hadn't been open for very long. That's what spooked me out, right? So then now we're doing like, NCIS, like we're like clear, we're checking all the rooms, we're like making sure there's nobody in there. We look under the bed.
Which like all the rooms, it's like the bathroom and under the bed and the closet.
Yeah, it's not big, right? It's a Super 8, but we're like, okay, we're queer. We've watched a lot of horror movies. We watched a lot of true crime. We know how to do this, right? We have the knowledge. So we check the closets. We check we lift up the drop ceiling. We check above that. We pull the shower curtain. You know what I mean? Very that face.
Check the ceiling. Okay, this will be my second Emperor's New Groove reference, but it's kind of like when Kronk does his own music and he's like, da-da-da.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, totally.
We're doing that.
We were doing that, and then we decided, okay, well, we didn't find any intruders, so I guess we'll just close and lock the door and go to bed. And it wasn't until we woke up the next day we were like, maybe that wasn't the safest choice for us, but like, what were we gonna do?
But you did wake up the next day.
We did wake up the next day. I'm still here.
Still queer.
Still queer. I woke up and I was straight. Can you imagine?
I can't. Actually, yeah, I can.
I thought, you know what? Maybe
game.
I'm going to go back to being a man.
Honestly, I hear it's for the birds.
It's bad. It's bad.
Eating titty skittles, as the trans woman would say.
Titty skittles.
Titty skittles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Taking my little estradiol twice a day. So, girl, tell me about a horror story you have.
Girl.
You're like, how much time you got?
Girl. Well, we have 4 minutes technically, and I think I can do it in 4.
Oh, okay. So, because we have 4 minutes, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that we had a comment from the audience leading up to this episode. So, Dave from Schenectady, not really, I don't know where he's from, but Dave sent me a message and said, hey, I don't know if this is relevant, but on my honeymoon in Ireland, the hotel burned down. I think
David, it's relevant.
I think that counts, Dave.
Dave.
I think you did it. Yeah.
Was he in it? Was it Dave's ghost?
The hotel burnt down. And so I wanted to ask so many questions, but I was at work. So sorry, Dave. I don't.
Yeah, you need to re-engage with Dave. Dave, yeah. Wherever you are.
We need to touch base. I don't think that Dave is watching currently. If you are, get in the chat. But I just want to know so many things. Like, did you lose any personal possessions in the fire?
Or like, are you dead and is it Dave's ghost? Because you were burned alive at your honeymoon in Ireland.
Coming to you live from the afterlife, Dave's ghost. Sorry to this man.
Unless he's tuning in. Thanks, Dave. No, yeah, that's a great thing. Please feel free, anyone who's watching now or later, you can always slide into our Instagram and Facebook. We love messages to share. No, my story is actually pretty simple. It's pretty clean. And by pretty clean, I mean pretty disgusting. And I was traveling for work, and I will not say what hotel chain I was staying at, but it was a popular chain.
Drag them.
I surely will not.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And I got room service because sometimes when I'm working, I just like stay in my room, except for like the meetings that I have to leave for, because it's like my office, right?
Yeah.
When I order a salad and I get whatever salad I can find with no cheese on it, and I add whatever protein I can eat. So salmon, shrimp, whatever. So I order a salmon salad. And I am about halfway through this salad.
Oh no.
And that is an important addition. Do you know what I mean?
Because you've already been eating it, is what you're saying.
That is 100% what I mean.
Yeah.
And I am continuing to eat my salad, and all of a sudden my salad moves.
No, it moves?
And in my salad, in the leaves, is a green stink bug.
A green what?
It almost looks like a stink bug. It was like a
oh, like a stick bug.
Stink bug.
Oh, a stink bug.
Almost like a longer, like a small, but it had like the shell on it where it like flies.
So maybe like a leaf. Was it a leaf bug?
I don't fucking know what that is. I'm gonna Google it while we're here. Dish cam.
Okay.
Leaf.
There's some bugs that camouflage really well as green leaves.
No, it was a green beetle that color though.
Okay.
But it was pretty big.
Girl, I'm glad it was that, because I thought you were gonna tell me there was an entire rat inside your salad. Just an entire living rat. Like,
yes. And then
just hopped out of the bowl.
So it matched the lettuce really nicely. And I call room service.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm on with room service, another bug crawls. So now I'm
more than one,
where I know I've eaten a bug. Right? Like there's a statistic.
Right. Statistically, I know a bug has made its way into my digestive tract. Oh my God. Not more than one bug.
I call. And they did not come my lunch.
No.
Wait.
No.
Wait. They called back because it was obviously like an hourly worker who didn't fucking know what was going on. And I called and I was like, I'm just calling to let you know. I don't fucking want anything else. And there is bugs in my salad. And I had photos and I had all this shit. Blah, blah. Anyway, so she's like, okay, can I get you anything else? And I was like, the number to Uber Eats, because I'm a fucking elder millennial and I don't understand it's an app. I don't fucking know, ma'am.
The number to Uber Eats. Oh my god.
So
No.
yeah, I'm dying of that thing. So I hang up because I'm like, what the fuck? So I just put the bugs outside. And then
in the hallway, here you go.
And then, well, yeah, enjoy the rest of your salad, homies. It's your salad. And then
Wow.
they do call back and they're like, we are going to comp your lunch. And I'm like, okay. Yes.
Yes, that is the.
What? Like, I'm not even having, you know what? Fucking charge me. I dare you to fucking charge me.
I dare you to charge me.
Please charge me so that I can take this on. I have photos. And
I have
was
photos.
just beyond. But I didn't eat again. I think I went down to the hotel bar. No, I didn't go to the hotel bar. I went to another hotel close by and just got like wine.
Just
and
got
like,
anything.
hummus.
Wait, sorry, wine and what?
Like hummus.
Yeah, wine.
Because I was like, I don't even want anything. Like, I'm just like, give me something processed. I'm like, done.
Let me tell you at home, I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb here and just say that anytime that you're at a hotel and you're just having wine and hummus, something is wrong. Something hasn't gone well. And I'm not talking about like wine and hummus that you brought. I'm talking about like you found yourself ordering wine and hummus. Something's wrong.
Yeah. That's my memoir, wine and hummus.
Yeah, actually, it's like a thing that I could see myself having at home.
But never in a hotel bar.
But not a hotel. It just seems like something's gone awry.
You don't know how to party. Okay, really last thing. My really terrible doctor here, I just got a new doctor here in Palm Beach, and she told me to lose weight. And then I just got all my numbers back, and they're amazing. And everything's amazing. And she didn't ask me anything about my diet or exercise, by the way. She just told me I was a fatty McButterpants who needed to lose weight because she saw my BMI.
So you got a new doctor is what I'm hearing?
I'm going to. And the most important part of this story is, girl, I live on wine and hummus, and my numbers are fabulous. So if you're out there living on wine and hummus, girl, welcome.
We're here to tell you.
Bitches.
Yeah, if you're out here on wine and hummus, we're here to tell you that's living life out loud, mama, and you need to do more of it. And on that note, I think we should wrap this particular edition up of hotels. Is it hotels featuring covered dish, or is it covered dish featuring hotels?
It is, well, we could be in the spirit of French, la hotel.
L'hotel.
In honor of the Olympics. L'hotel. By the
L'hotel.
Olympics.
You know,
Yeah,
the French, one thing that I appreciate about them is they skip pronunciation of a lot of consonants.
I do love that about them. It's the only thing I love. You know, I'm a bit of, I have some bias against the French.
Don't tell Natalie that. we won't hear the end of it.
Celine Dion forever. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Covered Dish.
You know what? And what I would love before I know this is like a very abrupt ending, but a final like what I would like to a final request of you at home is I would love for you to give us ideas for topics because we have reached episode 140, and that means we've covered a lot. And so if you
Covered a lot on this dish.
We've covered a lot of dish. We haven't made a lot of dishes, but we've covered a lot of the human experience. And so if there is a particular fascination or a curiosity that you have at home, we would love to hear about it. So message us on Facebook or Instagram, and we'll see you next Tuesday for the next Covered Dish.
Bye.
Bye.